Lifesteal or Omnivamp? Which one is stronger? Stay till the end and find out. One of the key mechanics in LoL is Lifesteal and his newer cousin, Omnivamp. Lifesteal and Omnivamp are both stats that letting you regain a certain amount of HP from the damage that you are doing to your enemies. But what makes them so different and how can you use them to gain an advantage in the game? In this League Masterclass we are going to explain that and even more, as we are going in more depth to fully understand how these two stats really works. Before we continue, and if you want for us to have a weekly League Masterclass episodes, then you already know what to do. Like the video, because it's going to help both me and this series to continue even further. Back to our subject now. Both Lifesteal and Omnivamp might sound similar as effects, but are completely different. So, both of these effects allow champions to regain a certain amount of HP from the damage that they are doing to either minions, champions, or jungle camps. Lifesteal is a stat that grants a percentage of the physical damage you are doing from basic attacks, including those that are modified, like Nasus Q or the Sin item, plus the on-hit effect and certain abilities as health to the champion. Mostly of the lifesteal comes from physical damage, except some other ways, like Camille's Q that's going to be true damage, or Corki that's going to do 80% magic damage because of how his passive works. Except that, we are also having certain abilities that will give you lifesteal while using them. One great example about this is Samira's R, that's going to give you lifesteal value to every target that you are hitting with your ultimate. Let's have an example to understand how lifesteal works. If a champion has 20% lifesteal and it's doing 100 physical damage with the basic attacks, then she's going to gain 20 HP back. Omnivamp, on the other hand, is a stat that grants a percentage of all the damage dealt. That includes physical, magic, and true damage, with any way, plus of course abilities, on-hit effects, as health back to the champion. Now, one of the main differences between Lifesteal and Omnivamp is that Omnivamp got different kind of it. We got Omnivamp that is from all damage dealt, that means true, physical and magic, but we also got the physical Vamp that comes only from the physical damage you are doing. That means from abilities that are doing physical damage or basic attack or any other source that is only doing physical damage to the enemies. Also we got drain effects that is not exactly Omnivamp, but it's behaving with the same way. Like for example, Morgana's passive that will grant you a percentage of the damage that you are doing with your abilities as health back. And also we got the Conqueror rune that is going to give you a percentage of all the damage that you are doing to the champions as health back. The difference between overall Omnivamp and Conqueror healing is that Conqueror is going to give you healing only from the damage that you are doing to the champions, while Omnivamp will work on any kind of target. Let's have an example to understand how Omnivamp works. If you got 10% Omnivamp and you are doing 100 damage from basic attacks, 100 physical damage and 100 magic damage from abilities, then the HP that you are going to receive back is going to be 30. If you had now 10% lifesteal, the only HP that you had was from the basic attacks. That means only 10. One important thing that you need to know about Omnivamp, the healing effect is going to give you only 1/3 of the number that is showing if you are doing AoE damage effects or damage per second effects or damage with pets. That means that if you got 9% Omnivamp, then you are only going to have 3% from that type of damages. You think that this makes Omnivamp weaker, but if you think about it with a different way, you are going to realize how powerful it is. AoE abilities means that you are going to hit multiple targets. If you hit one target, then yeah, for sure, you are going to have 1/3 of the healing back. But if you hit 2 or more targets, and that includes champions, creeps, or jungle monsters, then as you can imagine, the healing that you are getting back is going to be insane. Because it will apply that 1/3 healing effect to every target that you are hitting. So in the end, the value is going to be far greater. Both Lifesteal and Omnivamp can be obtained by various means, like items, runes, champion skills, and so on. Nowadays, as you can see, we got more Lifesteal choices than actual Omnivamp choices from items. Champions with strong sustained damage or abilities that will hit multiple targets often benefits from these stats, as they allow them to have a huge sustain in prolonged fights. Note that while Lifesteal and Omnivamp are similar in concept, they got different strengths or weaknesses, depending on the champion that's being played. Some champions benefit more from Lifesteal because of the reliance on basic attacks, while others using multiple ways of doing damage from basic attacks, abilities, and mixed type of damages. To fully understand, let's say that we are playing Aatrox that will greatly use Omnivamp, because most of his damage comes from the abilities and his passive effect. And he also got a huge physical damage Omnivamp effect in his kit. While he's still going to use his basic attacks to get health back from the passive, most of his damage in fights, as you can see in your games, comes from the usage of his Q. On the other hand, champions like Tryndamere, Trundle, out-carry champions like Jinx or Sivir, and so go on, that most of their damages comes from the basic attack, will benefit more from the lifesteal. Especially the ranged out-carry champions that will hit much faster compared to others. In conclusion, as you can imagine till now, Lifesteal and Omnivamp both are effects that will get you health back. If you are using a lot of basic attacks, then Lifesteal is for you. If your damage comes from abilities, basic attacks, true damage, physical or magic, then Omnivamp is definitely far greater. In the end, both of these effects will give you what you need. And what the champion needs is to have more sustain in team fights and to survive in the end. Now, if you want to learn how to multiply these Lifesteal and Omnivamp effects, then be sure to check this League Masterclass that we are talking about heals, shields and regeneration effects. And you are going to see that if Lifesteal and Omnivamp are going to be broken as heal effects, you can make them even stronger. That's it for the episode. I hope that I cover pretty much everything that you need to know about the Lifesteal and Omnivamp. And if I forgot to mention something, be sure to tell me in the comments below in order for us to also learn something new. And if you stayed till now, then consider subscribing to our YouTube channel and become one of our ultimate BaLoRians community. Here you will find more awesome videos for you to enjoy, and don't forget to comment and tell us about the next League Masterclass episode. Thanks for watching, until the next video, have an awesome day.